What is up? Let's get straight into it. This is for all the attacking players out there. H4, bishop takes, G3, bishop back, king G2, A6 or whatever by black, rook H1. So instantly with a pawn sacrifice on H4, we've opened up our lines. We've opened up that H file for the rook, and the bishop was really pointing to that H7 square. Now once the knight comes in, queen comes in, white just has a very quick attack out of nowhere. That started with this technique whereby white sacrifices that H4 pawn and gains the tempo with G3, king G2, and then comes here with rook G1, rook H1. We're going to go over 3 different setups so that you guys can vary your arsenal. This is a closed for each position. We're going to see how effective it is on a London system as well, and also in a Sicilian setup. So just quickly, just introduce myself. My name's Philip. I'm a 2100 FIDE rated player from New Zealand, and my aim with these videos is to get you up to 2000 ELO as quickly as possible. So why does this technique work so effectively and efficiently, and why is it important to know? Well, firstly, why it's effective is because usually you should keep your eyes out for if black has a weak H7 square, where there's no knight on F6 defending it. That opens up a whole bunch of sacrifices with the bishop that become even more effective if that rook is on an open H file. Also, you can see white already naturally has his pieces pointing towards black's king, so he's ready for a kingside attack. Also, the positions are closed or semi-closed. You don't really want to play H4 in an open position because you're just actually weakening your own king, and black can launch a pretty quick counterattack of his own. So this is the French defense way of doing it. If black doesn't take, then we've just simply got a square on G5 for our knight. So if black continues with something like A6, we don't have to play this instantly, but we've got ideas of take, queen takes, knight, and then if the queen comes back, we've instantly got knight here, or actually we can just sacrifice the bishop right away here, and you can see how quickly black has not made a single bit of progress towards his own plan, and white's just really quickly opened up and given himself an attack with that move H4. Next type of position we're going to look at is a London type system. So again, key themes: weak H7 square or H7 pawn or square. Bishop pointing towards it is usually a bonus. Just active pieces by white pointed towards the king side already. Could be castle queen side or king side, or uncastled H4. And then here if black just takes it, he loses straight away with either bishop takes, king takes, queen, king back, and then takes here, and then there's no way to prevent white checkmating black on the H file, so he has to sacrifice the queen, and then you're just winning in material. Or if he takes, we've got the instant queen H5 that way, or black just has to lose that bishop. Same trick there. So what if black doesn't take? What if black just continues on this way? Well, we've got a couple of options here. One is we can just continue with something like castling queenside, or we can even go G4, G5 ideas, or H5, H6 ideas. Either way, we're gaining time on our attack. We could even just go knight here, start piling up towards that G5 square. Again, let's say we get a knight here, pressure on here, pressure on here. If that rook wasn't even on F8, not on that F file, then that F7 pawn is also weak, and then black's position just quickly collapses. Last but not least, Sicilian type setups. So these are pretty common. This is a book main line of the Sveshnikov or Pelican Sicilian. White's main move in this position actually happens to be not here, but h4. So black has to go back again. If he takes, he falls into that nasty queen h5. So he goes back, and then white can just continue g4, instantly threatening to trap the bishop. If black goes here, white's already got a lot of pressure towards the black king, and he's already, with tempo, tied up the black king side. He can castle queen side. So black generally would go bishop f4, and then here queen f3, and suddenly you've just made 3 really important moves towards your attack, while black's just bounced his bishop back and forth and improved nothing about his position. So this h4 motive is very common even in knight-off positions, where black has that semi-closed position with the pawns on d6 and e5 and the white pawn on e4. And it's a theme, it's a technique. It's not going to work every time, but you have to be aware of it and use it as a tool in your arsenal. And last but not least, in this particular type of position, if white just continues normally and we start castling and just it's a safe looking position, white can still play h4. Not necessarily in this position, but the idea is, again, just gaining tempo and opening up that h file for your rook. In this position, you can see there's no bishop on d3, so it's not as effective, but very quickly you can gain some sort of advantage or get tricks. You got f4 down the line, just getting your other rook into play. So yeah, it's just a really important technique to know. It's really handy, it's really powerful. So I hope you guys put it to use in your games, and let me know how you go. Peace out, catch you at the next video.